Greetings and welcome, my fellow viewers. I am Rubescent, the Collector Dragon, and today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the future of Skylanders and what I think would be really helpful to Activision. But first off, before I get into that, I just wanted to do a little bit of an update vlog type thing. I know I haven't been around for like months. It's like, hey, where's Rubescent? You probably don't even remember me anymore. Well, for those of you who do remember, thank you. But if you don't, well, you know. I've just been doing a lot of work, and it's just been really stressful. I mean, in the last few videos, I might mention that my grandmother passed away several months ago, and that's just set me back a lot. But I am coming back slowly. I have a lot of content recorded, but I just got to do some updates. I mean, not updates. I have to edit it. So yeah. Anyway, on to the Skylanders thing. I've been talking with my girlfriend. I'm actually a really huge Skylanders fan. You can see here, I got my collection all nice and organized. I just got this shelf set up. I not only completed my entire collection. See there, I got the Quick Draw Rattleshake, who was really, for me, really hard to get. But I also overclocked because I got myself a Trap Team Crystal, the E3 promotion. So the E3 promotion crystal. I wasn't going to get this because I don't care for variants. If you don't, for those of you who don't know, a variant is it's a figure like this. It's a figure like this where it's just all one color, and or maybe it's like themed or something, but it doesn't look like that in the game. And my thing is just trying to get all of the ones that look different in the game, and because this one comes with a alternate skin villain, I wanted it, so I got it. But yeah, that's just all of that. And I'm really excited for Trap Team. It looks really awesome and really fun. But I was just thinking, where can Skylanders go from here? I mean, they could either make souped up versions of just normal core figures like the Giants or the Traptania or the Trap Masters. But that's just kind of like, to me it seems like they really need to, I don't think they could really go very far anymore with making up new gimmicks, because I mean they have the swap figures and the capturing of monsters. And other than making other souped up versions of just normal core characters, that just kind of seems to be about it that they can do. I think really the best thing for them is to, for the next game after Trap Team, is make a game that has a collaboration of everything. Because it's not that the games individually are bad, because they're actually really good individually, but one thing I noticed that while I play is that I only like using the characters that are like inherent in that game. Like, for example, in Giants, I only want to use the Giants or the new core guys. I mean, I end up using some of the remake characters, but that's only because they have so little. In Swap Force, I'm definitely using pretty much either just the swap guys because they're more efficient, or with the terrain and everything, or the new guys just because they're different and unique and they're not just remade characters. So, I mean, Skylanders is a lot like Pokemon before it was even having a capture system. It's a game where it's about the characters and the playable teams. It's not about the new updates or the locations or the new story. It's all about capturing, in Pokemon's case, it's about capturing the Pokemon. In Skylanders' case, it's about playing the characters and playing them in a great setting. So I just think that what they should do is just make a game that uses up more. Like give us more rocks to throw as giants, or new terrain, or more terrains to move around. With Swap Team, give us more mini games for the bottoms to use, and of course the Trap Masters give us more people to capture and more secret areas with the Traptanium crystals. For those of you who have seen the first stage trailer video. One thing I do need to kind of make a shout out is I saw the video of Skylander Dad from the Skylander Boy and Girl YouTube channel rather, say that it's good that the stages are so short, but if you look closer at the video, you can clearly tell that it's very edited. And all you really see are the cool stuff. So I don't think the stage is going to be that short. I mean, it looks really, really short already, and if it's that short, I think it's going to be kind of a dull game, to be honest. Because if it's that short, I hope they have a ton of chapters. Otherwise, it's going to feel very quick and just kind of dull. I mean, granted, you don't want it too long, but you also don't want it too short. So just, trying to find that nice balance. Although, one thing that I think that the game... there's several things that the game could benefit from. Having network play, so you can play with your friends. Having it be 4-player co-op instead of 2-player co-op. Not just in adventure mode, but definitely in PvP. Even if adventure mode was just stuck to 2 players, having the arena challenges or PvP at the very least be 4 players would be a lot more enjoyable. But that's kind of obvious stuff. I want to talk about changes that could make the game better all around. I'm thinking make the platforming harder, because it's not that hard, even with the jump mechanic. I mean, I barely use the jump mechanic except in when I have to in certain platforming bits, which is not that common, even in Swap Force. There's a hell of a lot more in the 3DS version where you can jump and double jump right from the beginning, even in Spyro's Adventure. I think making the game harder would actually be a lot better, not just for adults but for kids, because kids aren't that dumb and they're not that unskilled. I remember when I was a kid, I was playing games like Legend of Dragoon and Mario. Legend of Dragoon is not an easy game, and Mario is really hard. That's a kid's game, and it's really hard. It's got a platform, really insanely hard platforming that involves really advanced technical skills. I know Activision is trying to keep it kid friendly, but I think that they're taking it way too small of baby steps, especially since the higher difficulties, they don't even make the game harder. It's just you just get overwhelmed easier because you have to, it takes more hits to kill the monsters, and the monsters can damage you more. But some characters are cheap and OP and can kill enemies faster just because of how they're designed, whereas other characters, they can't, just because of, again, how they're designed. They're just kind of weak. Or it requires a hell of a lot of way too high of an advanced skill set, and it's just easier to use the characters that just make it easier to blow through. It's just kind of how it is. I also think that for the returning characters, instead of having them only have 1 power, completely change their skill set, because that would make them fresh and enjoyable. I can't tell you how disappointed I was to play Dual Wield Chop Chop. I was so excited. Chop Chop's one of my favorite characters of all time, and I was so excited I was so excited to get Dual Wield Chop Chop, because I was just thinking of the possibility that instead of having a sword and shield, he was going to have 2 swords, and you could just, maybe it was going to be a new tree where it was just an unlock mode where you can switch the modes to dual wield and you get a couple of moves with that or something. But no, it was just some crappy Wow Pow that is very ineffective and kind of useless. Because, I mean, yes, it does a lot of damage if you can manage to hit an enemy with every hit, but you kind of like do this step forward thing, and it's just kind of worthless. And it's not very helpful with the pre-existing skills that are already there. I'd much rather use the Series 2 Chop Chop, because at least his Wow Pow has a shield mechanic, and he can just use his shield with it automatically, regardless of if you're on the sword path or the shield path. And the fact that the returning characters are the only ones that can swap paths, that's just dumb. I think that as long as you have a new character, like for one thing, just make all characters swappable. But if you being able to switch paths, but if you're not going to make all characters be able to switch paths, then at least make the characters from the previous games be able to switch paths. Unless you were to do like what I said and make a collab game that's like uses all of the figures, like gives more giants more stuff to do than just open a chest that's meaningless, or give the swap guys more stuff to do, or even give the core guys something worth doing, like something that's unique to them that the other guys can't do. And heck, one cool thing that I'm really excited for is in the new game they just announced that the sidekicks are going to be playable characters, which will be pretty awesome, and I can't wait. But two things that bother me though is that one, why is it just chibi versions of the same moves? Why not just make them have new moves that are like they're baby versions of the moves that they already know, but at the same time, you can just have it so that, just give them something new, something like very baby-like. I don't know. I haven't seen what the game has to offer, but they've announced that it's pretty much going to be just miniature versions of the same moves, so it's kind of fun in a cute way, but then at the same time, it's like, okay, so it's just the same character all over again, just tinier. And then the second thing is you could have like secret areas that only they could go into, because it could be like a little tiny hole or something that only they could fit through, and then you get more rewards, like a hat or something. I think all of these things would be really cool and make the game give new life. Like, instead of giving it new gimmicks, give it just more, because it's not that the gimmicks that we already have are bad, and the new gimmicks certainly are wonderful additions, but I feel like the game needs more. Instead of tacking on new stuff, build up more stuff of what you already have. I think that would make it a lot more enjoyable and a lot more entertaining. I love Skylanders. I have every single figure. I'm always going to get every single figure. As I said, I'm overclocked on my collection, and I just want to see it grow more. That's just all I want from the franchise. And I think that this game could very well touch both the hearts of kids and adults. Another great franchise that I absolutely love is Kingdom Hearts. And that's like the perfect example of a game franchise that is simple enough that even the youngest of kids can adapt to, but yet challenging and skilled enough for even adults. So the kids can grow and become more skilled with games instead of just being kind of baby fed. And then in the future they can go back to those games and just be like, oh my god, I can't believe this was so hard, this is so easy. Or they can be like, oh my god, I'm just having so much fun because this is like nostalgic and entertaining. And it's not just kind of like, oh, this is just a older version of what is available now, and that it's just kind of dull and boring because it's not as good. Also, Activision, patch your games. Please, patch Skylanders. It's kind of sad that in Spyro's Adventure, even now, because it never got patched, when you beat the game, you can't... heroic the heroic challenge for lightning rod becomes completely unbeatable, because for whatever reason, when you beat the game, the magical item that you have to find at the end of the challenge won't appear. It just doesn't appear, and so you can't beat it. And the only way you can work around it is by starting up a new save at the beginning of the game, and then as soon as you unlock heroic challenges, play lightning rod's stage through that instead. Or just play it on Giants, because Giants, the problem's fixed. But still, it's kind of ridiculous that we have to wait for character balancing and bug fixes for the next game instead of it getting fixed right away. You know, even if you don't, Activision, if you don't listen to this video, I can completely understand. But if you take at least some of the advice, that would be pretty cool, and I think the entire franchise would benefit from it. Thank you. Oh, and Sky Dad and Skylander Boy and Girl, I really appreciate your channel, and I really enjoy it. I'll have a link in the description below so that people can view your channel if you happen to be watching this, because I shouted out to you in this video. So, yeah, that'll be cool, and I'll have a link to Activision's channel as well, because you guys are awesome too. So yeah, I am Rubescent the Collector Dragon. As you can see, I still collecting Skylanders because I love it. And in case you're wondering how I feel about the Infinity thing, just kind of look for that in a new video. Again, to recap what I said about my vlog, I'm not back quite yet, but I have been working a lot on recording videos. I just need to edit it, find time, and find a schedule routine to get these videos out. So yeah, and thanks to all of you for subscribing and supporting my channel. Please continue to do so, share my videos, like my videos, comment on my YouTube channel so that I can actually see your comments. If you comment on like my Facebook or on my Twitter or in a thread that I happen to put this thing on, I might not see it. Sorry, I'm most likely going to see it on YouTube. Contact me through YouTube, that's the best way. But I do have a Facebook, and I will be checking that regularly, and I do have a Twitter, and I check that as well. Just I don't check it as often, and I don't happen to notice comments as quickly on those two things as I do on YouTube. Anyway, thanks again, and I hope to see you guys and gals next time on the battlefield. Bye-bye.